All right, so welcome back to Smirking Gun Reviews. This is Rob. We have gotten to The Expanse, Season 3, Episode 6. I don't even care. I just needed a good image, so I just paused it. So this is a definite exact opposite of last episode. So sorry about the rant. Now it's going to be a rant in the other direction, I guess. So everything, yeah, you can definitely tell this is the end of a book. So let's just jump in, full spoilers if you haven't seen the episode. All right, so let's talk about what happens on Earth. So, at least, Gil's, the Secretary General guy, has the right idea. Like, what the fuck is going on out there? Aaron Wright is feeling the heat because clearly if you can't get in contact with the guy that, is doing things, and then you find out that he's firing a bunch of missiles, or what they think is missiles. Well, technically I guess they are. They just don't know what kind of missiles. He can tell that things have gotten out of hand and that it's out of Nguyen's control, and he hasn't been able to contact Mao. So if I was Aaron Wright, I'd probably be looking for the exit door as quickly as possible. Before that, you see Anna, looking out at the crowd. Now, I want to just say this because it's just the first thing that popped in my mind, and it's bugging me. And it's nothing to do with this show. Where she's standing, looking out at the protesters and walks away. Was that or was that not the same place that Professor X and Magneto and the first X-Men had their first meeting at the Senate? Where he's like, "It's too late for them, Charles." That's the first thing that I thought of was, I think they filmed the X-Men there. They no longer matter. I swear to God, that was the exact same place. That same shot looked like exactly. I don't know, maybe they filmed that movie in Vancouver or wherever they filmed the Expanse. So, sorry, let's get back on topic. So, anyway, Holden and crew are on Io, and they can't stop all these pods from getting away. Alex does his best to shoot as many as he can, and other ships are trying to shoot them down too. Unfortunately, they can't stop them all, and one does hit the Agatha King, which, honestly, who gives a shit? But it could turn into another Arrow situation, because the only person that's on the Agatha King now that's alive that you would even care about, sort of, is Katyar. And, what happens to him? On there, everything goes to shit immediately. And that poor girl that comes in there and frees him, she's gonna die. And okay, so I guess, yeah, when I saw him touching, try to grapple with the dude with his legs, I was like, don't touch him. But he put on a vac suit. It wasn't clear that he was infected already. I figured he was, though. Once he touched that guy, I figured it's on you. So, he's on there and he's infected. But on Io, with Holden and the group, tracking down Mao and Strickland, this is where Bobby gets to shine, gets to show off that badass power suit by quickly taking out a bunch of dudes like nothing. Then they find that the proto-molecule monster, there is one there, and she bravely decides to lead it away while they go after the kids. So they go after the kids. This was pretty awesome, kind of like a Predator moment. So she leads it away, has this great action piece, her running with it, and this thing chasing after her was really cool. Again, the visual effects team on this show is amazing for what they're doing on TV. Just the stunt work and everything and how they made it look so real was fantastic. Now, Holden, Amos and Prax go after the kids while Holden stays behind, and then Holden's trying to figure out a way to stop the pods, but they can't do it on anywhere but the Agatha King. So this is where Holden sees Mao. He goes after Mao. And once he finds him, it's pretty nice. Like, you know, he just blows his guard away, puts him on his knees. And as soon as he realizes that Mao can't help him with anything, he's just like, shut the fuck up. Just shut your mouth. You're coming with me. So we finally got Mao. Okay, then Prax and Amos hunt down Strickland, who is going to be a scumbag to the very last minute, who kills his own person and tries to, you know, save himself. I saved her. Like, who would believe that the guy that's the head of the experiment was the one was like, oh, he was just a pawn in everybody else's scheme, right? Like, the balls on this guy. I mean, all up to the end, he is just a piece of shit. I do love that, you know, I was like, oh man, they're going to let him live, aren't they? But no, thankfully, they don't. The kids, they get him out of there. Prax is going to shoot him, but of course, I love it. This is even better because Amos stops him, tells him, you're not that guy. And, you know, you could think for a second that they're going to use Strickland for information. But no, that's where Amos closes the door and says, I am that guy. Now, I kind of wanted Amos to take his time and take this guy apart. But you don't have that much time, so blowing his brains out is good enough. I think once Prax told, you know, said to his daughter that Amos was his best friend in the whole universe, I think that was the moment. I was really sweet and really awesome. Amos was definitely taken aback there. I think that was the moment where he's like, I can't let this guy, you know, go down that road. I'm already down that road. So I'm going to help my friend do something, you know, take care of it for him. So then you have Alex and Nagata. They figure out that they've got to get to the Agatha King, which I thought was a bad idea. But, you know, for dramatic story effect, it's a great idea. I just don't like it because I don't want anything to happen to my crew. So they get there on the Razorback and everybody's dead except fucking Nguyen, who, of course he's still alive. He's not going to live for very long, but of course he's the last man standing. And they try to, you know, figure out how to stop the pods there, but it's going to take too long. And this is when Katyar brings on a message saying that he's found a way to blow up the ship and can't be contacted, doesn't want to be contacted, sends a last message to Avasarala. And, you know, even though he says he's not saying anything memorable, it is pretty memorable. I don't think he realized that. And she's hearing it. And I think he knows that she's hearing it. And so no matter what, he thinks he's not being eloquent or anything. He is saying important things. So he gets to go out a hero and pay back, you know, what he feels he owes her. But I mean, at this point, he's not just, you know, paying her back. He is saving a lot of people. The shot of them taking off and the nuclear explosion around the planet was pretty cool. Now, to go back to Aaron Wright being confronted by, now the conversation that Anna and the secretary has is great. Just being, you know, just in his face that he's just, who the fuck are you? And her showing him that, you know, you're going to do the right thing, and shows him the thing that, you know, from Aaron Wright's basically telling, you know, Mao and Avasarala the little message. And so, yeah, now Aaron Wright comes in and is confronted with it and knows he's caught now, knows he can't do nothing. And he says exactly what I was saying, is that the secretary is spineless. And if he was talking to the janitor, I mean, he really lays it out. He said pretty much exactly what I thought of this guy. And no matter how bad Aaron Wright is, Aaron Wright's not wrong. He is absolutely true what he says. I was trying to save Earth, you're trying to save yourself. And he's absolutely fucking A right. except what Aaron Wright was doing was still wrong, but he is right. He thought he was doing the right thing. He thought he was saving everybody. And the secretary is trying to just save himself. Because immediately, when Anna thinks that we've done it, you can change things, he immediately turns into the spineless coward that he is and says, thanks for helping me put all of this catastrophe on Aaron Wright. And now I get to go about things like, I didn't know. So, wool got pulled out from under her. The rug got pulled out from under her. And that was a gut punch for her because he hasn't changed. And now, I don't know what her future on the show is going to be. But I like her, so I hope she's not gone. I hope they figure something out for her. But if she is gone, it was nice to have her while it lasted. Speaking of having things while they lasted, so we get our montage of everything. And you get to see Prax and his daughter. You get to see the ultimate confrontation that is about to happen where Holden brings in Mao and in front of Christian and puts him on his knees. That's an awesome moment. I almost picked that for the picture. Actually, the only thing I was actually going to put up here was the picture of Anne by the thing that looked like the Expanse shot. I was just going to put that up there and be like, tell me that's not the same shot from X-Men. Sorry. I'm still obsessed with that. Was the first thing. The second thing was going to be Mao and Christian. And then I went, well, let's just go with this thing that looked like a zit getting popped on Venus. Because that's what it looked like. It looked like somebody was popping a zit off of a face. And it is this blue thing that comes off. And Amos has the greatest reaction. What the fuck is that? In front of the kids, no doubt, and no less, which was great. Because, come on, these kids have been through a lot. I think they can handle the fuck word. So, and then we find out that Nagata is going to leave. But before this, and I'm a dumbass for forgetting, how did they save everybody? This is what happens when you get all, on a certain track, you forget things. So to save everybody, they could tell Mars, but Mars might not get to all the missiles. And so what they do is they turn to Fred Johnson. And they tell Fred Johnson that if he wants a better position in the game, that is Mars, Earth, and the Belt, if he wants to have a better promising life for Belters, the best way to do it is to take those missiles that they took and use them on all those pods to save everybody. And thankfully, he does it. And so Fred Johnson now gets to look at himself kind of redeemed in everybody's eyes that he saved Mars and saved everybody else from having to deal with this. And that's when we see this thing separate itself from Venus like a zit getting popped, except it's got consciousness or something. So, and Bobby blowing up the proto-molecule monster at the last second was also pretty cool. It was a little like, come on, man. But the only reason it didn't kill her was because I think her suit power was too low. And so it gave her just enough chance to fry that fucker's head off. So that's about it. It's an incredible episode. I swear I'm forgetting something here. But I think I hit most of the right beats. So I guess that's the end of book 2. And we will be getting to book 3 stuff in episode 7, which means 7, 8, 9. We got 7 episodes left of the show before we have to end it and wait till season 4 starts. I did just watch a video. Somebody took pictures. I think it was Amos, the guy. What is his name? Wes Chatham. I think he was taking the picture, and they showed the first day of shooting on the season 4 episode 1. So that's pretty cool. At least we know it's being filmed and coming out soon. Unfortunately, with Amazon is they do everything like Netflix, and they release all the episodes at once. Now, if they would do like what Hulu does and release an episode every week, then they could probably release the show a little bit sooner to us. And I would actually prefer watching this like week to week. It gives you something to look forward to. I really don't like binging all this stuff. It just kind of takes away, like, it's harder to enjoy the show when you have to watch it like I'm doing right now, like playing catch up and reviewing really quickly. So I just wish that everybody would start getting on board with that. I mean, I think even Netflix is starting to release things like weekly, so like some of their talk shows and crap. But if they start, and I think a couple of their series, they do it too. I would really hope that Amazon gets on board with that too, just to like keep people anticipating things. If you have people anticipating The Expanse every week, not only will you have people that won't just be able to take advantage of the free month of Prime, but when you'd have them having to come back, because you only get a month of free Prime, right? If you really like the show, you're going to have to stick with the membership. So I don't know. I'm getting off on another tangent. So anyway, if you liked this video, please hit the like button, comment, share, subscribe, all that rigmarole. Hit the bell for all notifications. We will be back with more Expanse tomorrow, starting with episode 7. I'm done for the night making videos. I want to play some Spider-Man or Destiny 2 or something for a little while before I go to bed. So anyway, this is Robert Smirking Gun Review saying thank you for watching these with me. Thank you all the fans of the show for accepting this newbie to your group of people that you talk to about it. And that's it. So thanks a lot, and we'll see you later.